Hi guys, it's Amy here with another video. This is not a stitching update video. I am going to show no stitching during this video. And for some people, I think I understand, completely get it. You don't want to watch a video without any stitching being shown. That's fine. Thank you. Come back and please visit me again for my next video where I will show stitching. I am going to show what I found when I was doing some deep cleaning. Not the dust bunnies, not the extra socks. I'm going to show you what I found as far as stash that I apparently had squirreled away. As if you're watching this current, you know that we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic and we are social distancing and not going out. So as a result, I have been doing some very neglected, apparently, organizing. And I have found quite a bit of stash that I had forgotten I had and been making a pile of it. And I showed the picture to a few people and they said, you should make a video of what's in that pile. So here I am making a video. If it's not your thing, I totally get it. Feel free to go to a different video and see some stitching. If you want to see a little bit of a stash dive, then you're in the right place. Let me just show you the pile. So, we can also call this How Disorganized is Amy. Hashtag, hopefully my husband doesn't watch this video. If he does, he knows I love him dearly and I will stitch every single one of these things. But it was fun for me to find these, so I figured I would show them. Abby, Julie, Shelly, and Lynette. This video is for you guys. So, no order. Just as I was cleaning, purging, picking up, it all went into a pile. So this is the pile. Some of these you may have seen before because they've come through on different, videos as I bought them. Excuse me. One of them, Jardin Privé, Jardin Privé. Halloween Quaker. Sorry for the glare, but I'm not taking all the plastic off. So really cute. 100 by 100. Nice quick stitch. Would be good for a 13th start. This one, I knew I bought. I could not find it for the life of me. Been looking for it forever. Very happy to find it. So would like to start this. This is Elizabeth Needlework Designs. There be monsters. Here there be monsters. Antique Celtic sampler. So really, really cool. Very happy to find that. Like I said, I almost bought it again because I could have sworn I had it. I bought it, but I couldn't find it. So the moral of the story is it's good to clean and purge every once in a while. Carriage House samplings. This is an old one. Companion to the Christmas tree sampler, which makes me wonder, what is it a companion to? Abby, you might know. I don't think it says in the back. Like, I think I read it. Oh, it says the companion piece is by the Good Housewife, which means that it's probably old and out of print. But if anybody knows what the companion piece is from the Good Housewife, I would love to see it. So, love this. Very happy to find that. an Old Prairie Schooler, Holiday Harvest. There are several different variations of Prairie Schooler that are stitched in the same pattern with different fruit or flowers in them. And I like most of them. Not sure if I would stitch them like that, but I do like that. I was happy to find that. Prairie Schooler on cardstock is always a nice find. This I knew I had. This is a Jeanette Douglas star-centered quilt. I bought this at Celebrations of Needlework 2 years ago, and Jeanette was there and she had both models displayed in her booth. She said that she couldn't decide which she liked better, so she displayed both. They stitched up both and had it charted both ways. This I actually have kitted up with fabric and the floss pack. So like this should be started. And I bought the floss pack. I had a really hard time deciding. I really liked both of them, but in person, I really liked this one. So that's the floss pack I have. Speaking of Jeanette, Patriotic Sampler. Pam of Pam and Steph Just Keep Stitching has stitched this. So love it. Not kitted up, so I would definitely do the other one first. It's really pretty stitched. I was so happy to find this. This is a good issue. 2012 Halloween issue. So you can get the DVDs of these, which are great. I do like having the paper one if I have it. This one has a primitive hare in it. The Town of Halloween. That I love to stitch. Has some great ornaments. There's one other one in here. Oh, this whole page of ornaments is like great. So you have spells, tombstone, morning, white pumpkins, that owl, the JBW cat. Phoebe would love stitching that. Oh, and the green sock. So just to show you how you can find such like treasures in some of these old magazines. So the owl sampler is by Knotted Tree Needle Art. The stocking is La Di Da. The Stitcher hood is the spells. JBW is the cat. The white pumpkin is By the Bay. The All Hallow Eve is Cherish Stitches. Just was very excited to find this. There are a lot of gems in here. That was a rabbit hole that we maybe did not need to go down, but we did. Found something else that kitted up. So sometimes my friend and I, one of my stitching friends and I, Gail, would buy a chart. One of us would stitch it and then we'd pass it to the other one. Would buy our fabric, each buy our own fabric, and then if it called for silk, we could split the silks. So this one is one that we did. She stitched it. I passed her one, she passed me this. I have to stitch this. So Live, Laugh, Love. And it calls for Gloriana, so we split the Gloriana. And I even have fabric. So look at those colors. Look, how nice was this to find? And this is another one that I was pretty sure I had. But like, look at those colors. So pretty. And it is in one of my, you know, classy project bags. Very happy to find that. This one. I have fabric for this. I have the overdyes. I'm pretty sure I know where they are, but they're not with the chart. And the chart is, I actually did buy this new a long time ago. But this is, I'll pull this one out. This one I was very happy to find because I knew I had it. You can't find it. I want to stitch it. I have everything for it, except I couldn't find the chart. I think most of you know what this is. This is And They Sinned by Exemplar Dames. So out of print, becoming, it's not impossible to find. Like, you can still find copies of it on eBay. Becoming harder to find. Like, if it's something you want to stitch, I would buy it sooner rather than later. I wouldn't wait for the price to come down, because I don't think it will. It's huge. It's 809 high by 169 wide. So they also put this picture in there. This is one of those when I bought, my husband just rolled his eyes. He is a very good man, though. The friend that I split the silks with for that la-di-da, she's stitched And They Send, and it's gorgeous. She stitched it in like 3 months, hanging in her house, and it is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. All right, we'll put that back together later. Okay. These are ones I knew I had. I probably showed these on previous video. It's a PDFs I had bought from Kathy Barrick's Etsy. Bowl full of bunnies. This one, my printer is being a jerk and I need to reprint it. My Mother's House by Kathy Barrick. Love this. And there's one more in here. When I stitched H's for Henry, that Etsy seller, my boss was showing there, that Etsy seller was great. She was super nice, and she had gave me a discount. She custom did a chart, and she gave me a discount. So I ended up buying this chart too, because I love like old travel posters. So if I remember, I'll put the name of her shop in the drop down box. Okay, this I know I've shown. Just ended up on a flat surface somewhere. So I would like to actually stitch this soon because it's patriotic and it's getting to be that time. Another Plum Street, John and Abigail. Love it. This summer we had taken our children to the John and Abigail homestead in Massachusetts. If you are ever visiting Eastern Massachusetts and there was not a pandemic where everything is shut down and you have some time, it is a great tour to do. The Adams have their own library. Like, not like this, like their own building library on their property. That holds, I don't know, 20,000 volumes. I mean, it's a library. Small, but it's a library. And you do get to go into it on the tour. And now that we've been doing school at home, we keep telling our kids, like, read. It's the best thing you can do. It's how the Adams educated themselves, was by reading. So the John and Abigail's homestead is a tour that's worthwhile doing. Another prairie schooler I was happy to find, Rabbit Run. Very, very cute. Love it. Okay, this is not an old school one. I mean, it's old school because it's prairie schooler, but it's not cardstock. Spring sampler, and I'm sure I bought that because of the bunnies. We have a thing for bunnies here. Love bunnies. This was a freebie in a magazine, but I'm going to give it to Phoebe so she can stitch everything in it. Okay, Ellen, if you're watching, I have had this chart forever. I finally found a piece of fabric that it'll fit on. Because as we know, I am a fabric miser. So this is 379 by 116. So it's an odd shape of fabric. So I found a piece of fabric it will fit on perfectly. I have red silk for it. Then I couldn't find the chart. So now I found the chart. So Ellen, I love your Quaker samplings. I have all of them. And this will go with the other one and hopefully be stitched soon. Okay. Here's another one I found fully kitted. I knew I had it. This is Hesters needle. The Sarah Hathorn sampler. I'll pull this out. This is an old chart. I do not believe these are still in print. Janie Applebaum is the designer. Really, really pretty. I have done another Hesters needle. I think I've shown it in a video. One of my favorite stitches ever. So, specialty stitches, band sampler, just calls for DMC though. So I have this all kitted up with the linen 32 Belfast. And I even wrote on the sticker what it was for. So put that back together. Just so pretty. So this is cross stitch, Algerian eye, satin, backstitch, rice, and eyelet stitch. And just look at it. I mean, those colors are just... I mean, they're so pretty. Just DMC, but... Let me put them on the fabric. 32 count pale cream. Belfast by Zweigart. Because as Abby would say, Zweigart or death. I do make an exception for R&R. So pretty. And that was probably looked incredibly awkward. We'll have a little pile there right now. Why, Amy, you just found, what was that? 3 fully kitted things? couldn't possibly be more. But wait, there's more. This one I actually bought off Stash Unload. And it came with the fabric. And it was a crazy good price. So this is Ann Taylor by Heartstring Samplery. And it came with a piece of 32 count fabric. And I think if I use it, I think I'm in a coffee or tea diet. This is the fabric it came with. I'm pretty sure it's an even weave and not a linen. It feels like a Lugana. So, and it calls for DMC, like not many DMC colors. So I've thrown them in there. So, yes, four fully kitted we found. Okay. This one, I found two of them. I was pretty sure I had this chart, but I came across the chart in a clearance bin for like $1 at a needle workshop. So I said, just in case I don't have it, I'm going to buy it again, because if I do have it, I can pass a copy on. So this is a Good Housewife. Bring it up close so you can see it. So, Pennsylvania Alphabet Sampler. I do have 2 copies of this. And I told Abby Bella Stitch that I will pass the second copy on to her. So, I did buy it twice. But, I mean, if you see something that is out of print and it was in a clearance bin and you're not quite sure you have it, you pick it up. Okay. Found a magazine. Fine Lines. This probably looks familiar. I think Pam just keeps stitching and stitching this. This is a Mayflower sampler. Woman of the Mayflower, which must have been why I picked it up. I don't have every issue of Fine Lines. I don't even have a lot of them because there's a lot of needlework in there that is not cross stitch. And I'm primarily a cross stitcher, but occasionally I would pick up an issue if I saw something in it that I liked. Another Carriage House samplings. A Mind Independent and Free. Big, because as we know, I love big samplers. I need somebody to put that on a bag or a mug or something for me. 99 wide by 549 high. So, but I love that. Just really cool. It says on here, no glory I covet, no riches I want. Ambition and beauty are nothing to me. The one thing I be of good heaven to grant is a mind independent and free. I'm not 100% sure if this is a reproduction or if it's an original design. But love it. Found some freebies. I'm just gonna, because it's the chart. I don't know if these are still available anymore, but I found some Barrack House and Work Basket freebies. So peacocks and birds. Okay. Well, Amy, you found 4 fully kitted items. This one isn't fully kitted, but it does have the overdye floss. I bought it as a kit like that. So it's the ABCs of Parenting by Lizzie Kate. Once again, this is another one I was pretty sure I had when the great Lizzie Kate panic of, was it 2018 or 2019 that happened? And I didn't buy it because I was pretty sure I had it. No Reason to Panic, 1, 2, 3 stitch, carries Lizzie Kate now. But I need to stitch it. Keslin's Designs, Itty Bitties. These are so cute. This is called to be stitched 1/1 on 28 count. So I do have a little piece of 28 count in there. It's a scrap that I had picked up. So this I was planning on doing just with, you know, picking my own colors probably. And I've seen this stitched up and it's really, really pretty. Not only did I find charts and fully kitted stuff, I found fabric. My house is not scary. Let me just say that. Like, my house is actually really pretty neat and clean. I just sometimes put things and forget where they are, like in a cabinet or in a drawer or, you know, on a shelf. And that's what this is all coming from. This, I think, this is a Nancy Turner Victorian motto piece of fabric. This was, I think, my first piece of fabric from her. It's really pretty yellow. So it's a 40 count. So some nice spring designs would look great on that. And I'm pretty sure she sends her fabric now in plastic bags. I think this is when she was just starting to do fabric because it was wrapped in tissue paper. This, I could say this is kitted, but this is a start that I abandoned that I would like to restart. It's called Spots. Purple and gold. Lilibet Designs. No idea if this is still available. I started this and I think I actually even got rid of my start. I started it using silks and I didn't use the called for silk color. I had pulled an NPI that's gorgeous, but it was just too bright. And I had never really stitched with silks before. I think this was a start from 2005 maybe. I mean, it's been abandoned for a long time. And I started stitching it, I think, on 36 count with 2 strands of silk, and it was just too thick. So I pulled another piece of fabric, and I have the silk, and I would like to restitch that. It's not that big. 124 by 114. So it's just simple and pretty. We know how much I love monochromatic stitching. So getting to the bottom. Speaking of monochromatic stitching, this I would like to stitch to make it into a dress or scarf. Just really pretty. This is, and that's exactly what it is, a table runner, Quaker table runner. This is from a French designer. Don't even know the name. I bought it at Celebrations of Needlework. Old Colonial was carrying it. If anybody really wants to know the name to it, I can pull out Google Translate or have my high schooler who takes French help me with that. Because I think it is all in French, but it's really pretty. This I was very excited to find. I was pretty sure this is another one I thought I had had forever. I love the simplicity of it. Love it. Can't find it. And I've wanted to stitch it. So, Bent Creek Peaceful Forest. Pretty sure it's not available anymore. So, but yes, and it's an old chart, 2000. Love it. This one I think I've shown before. This is I think I pulled this out to maybe start it and decided not to. This is from Shakespeare's Peddler. This is Eleanor Farrow, 1842. I love this sampler because of this. I don't know if you would actually call that a pagoda, but it looks like a pagoda to me. And it's so unusual. So, really, really like it. And the last thing I found, why, Amy, you found something else that was fully kitted. This, I think, was a club kit, and I picked it up off of Stash Unload for a good price. It's Scarlet House. Nice to meet you. I love sheep. Glare is absolutely horrid there. Yeah, well, that's about as good as I'm going to do. Love it. Everything is in there. Fabric, backing fabric, floss, and I haven't even opened it. But here, let me pull it open just so I can. Sorry for the crinkling. It's a little better. Yes, it was a Dying to Stitch club. So they put all their floss on a little card. So that needs to be stitched like soon, because that would be a perfect project, quarantine project, because I could finish it, stitch it, and fully finish it. It's not that big. And that was 5 fully kitted items we found in my stash. So that is it for this video. Isn't that enough? That is enough stash that I found while cleaning. There may be another stash dive video because I've started to go through my craft closet. So we'll see what we find. And if you like the stash dive videos, I notice people have been kind of doing them recently because we all need more floss tube viewing time right now. Let me know. I was thinking about maybe doing a Blackbird parade video because I have a lot of Blackbird. And I have a couple of other ideas. So let me know if you would like it. Let me know if you think it's something in there that I should start like now or put up towards the top of the pile. And that's it. So thanks for hanging with me, guys. And I hope to be back in a few days with an actual floss tube update video, as I have done quite a bit of stitching this week. Thank you all. Please, everybody stay well, and talk to you soon. Bye.